Hello people, welcome back to another stream. Let's hop into it. This is GVS, where we talk all things sports and maybe a little bit of pop culture. There was some big news in the gaming world today. The Nintendo Switch 2 is officially on the market, and the big backlash from all that is the prices of it and how everybody's freaking out about the price. It's to be expected. I know personally, me, when I bought my Nintendo Switch back in 2020, it was $300, $200, like it was $250 or $300. I didn't buy the bundle, and then when I bought my PS5, that was 500 bones just right there. That didn't include, like, if I were to have gotten it with God of War Ragnarok, Spider-Man 2, like, it was just 500 bones right there. So the fact that the Switch 2 is going to be $500, that doesn't surprise me one bit. Like, it, supply and demand. Now, the thing that does kind of surprise me, I will say, is the gaming prices. Which, if they're gonna charge $80, $90, whatever, on how you, depending on how you purchase, whether you want the physical copy or the digital download, GTA 6 is gonna be over $100, guaranteed. Like, we can see on the Microsoft Store something, if you want to buy a COD bundle or whatever, you want Black Ops 6, you know, all the perks, seasonal stuff, and maybe like Warzone, like it'll be the bundle, like the deluxe edition and stuff. Like, some of those range into the 150s and stuff. It wouldn't surprise me if it cost over $100. And there's no set release date for GTA 6 yet. There's also parts of me that think they're going to delay it a little bit, but who knows? Who knows? So yeah, there's my pop culture coverage for just today, because that's the biggest thing that everybody's talking about and yapping about, which we'll make videos on that probably tomorrow, just because all the videos that I did today and trying to make today, we're going to have a video out for the St. Louis Blues. Okay, they're on a 10-game win streak right now. They're playing the Penguins on Thursday, so tomorrow, I believe, we'll see if their 10-game win streak continues to 11. Spoiler alert, I'll give you guys a little bit. Let me show you guys a preview. Let me show you guys a preview of the thumbnail for tomorrow. Why not? Okay, let's go. Let's get things queued up here. Boom. How does that look? Doesn't that look freaking badass? Jordan Binnington sitting there, and those are the 5 teams they're playing. They're playing the Penguins, Winnipeg Jets, Kraken. The Kraken logo is cool, but it's not as cool as the Avalanche or the Oilers logo, so that's why I put the Kraken one in the middle. I don't want to break down like all of how I did this, because I can't give away all your secrets in the Photoshop world and stuff. But yeah, this is actually pretty badass. I'm actually kind of proud of that thumbnail. All that work for, I don't know, 2 views or something. We'll see how it goes tomorrow. But the title will be called Who's Stopping, or How Far Are These Rhythm and Blues Going? Play on words, because blues, you know, music note. And so I thought it'd be fun to do a little play on words, rhythm and blues and stuff, considering how well St. Louis is playing. We'll talk a little bit more about that mañana. I can't give away all the tea just yet. Let's just say I'm very impressed with how St. Louis is doing, considering that, I mean, the Capitals lost today 5-1. They're stumbling kind of into the playoffs, and I'm just kind of, I want to see who has the hot hand going into the playoffs. So anyways, that's a preview. What other videos do we got coming out? Power rankings for the MLB, that's out, which, let me show you the thumbnail again with the thumbnail game. Let me show you guys how well we're doing around here. I'm giving away too much of my secrets, man. Okay, no more. We'll have no more thumbnails after this. Here's a tier ranking. Okay. So there's a tier ranking on if I went into this season. And then the other one I'm just going to reuse it from last year. Because I used that one last year. And then the other one. How does that look? Doesn't that look sick? Hold on, let me move out of the way. Look at that thing. Isn't that sick? But yeah, we'll talk more. I would give out my predictions. They're right here. Yeah, I have my MLB prediction, like my power rankings right here, and I have my NBA power rankings right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give my power rankings, and then we're going to follow the team throughout the whole week, where it's like, oh, I don't have the paper on me right now, but like, for example, Yankees have dropped too. So it's like, if I had the Yankees as the number 1 overall team, or the number 3 overall team, or the number 4 overall team, if they're losing 2 in a row to the Diamondbacks, I'm dropping them, and I'm bringing the Diamondbacks up from, okay, spoiler alert, I put the Diamondbacks at 17. I'd bring the Diamondbacks up to 12, 13, have them sit in that range. So, just, those were some of my fun thoughts on some videos that I have coming up, so stay tuned to that. Stay tuned to that. Okay, let's start this stream, shall we, guys? I'm glad you guys are here. If you're enjoying what you're watching so far, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're on your way out, so you know where to come back to. Let's start to cover some things. First thing that I want to cover is, let's cover a little bit of the MLB and what we got going on today, because today, I mean, the biggest thing and the biggest sport right now, I would say, it was a pretty slow day, all things considered, so we'll talk about baseball first. Cardinals, they beat the Angels 12-5, improved their record to 4-2. Angels are 4-2 as well. Phillies, solid win, 5-1. They beat the Rockies. Zach Wheeler, he had 10 strikeouts in a dominating 7 innings for the Phillies to help them improve to 4-1. Reds, struggling out of the gates. They lose just a simple 1-0 to the Rangers. Pirates beat the Rays 4-2. Brewers beat the Royals 3-2. Brewers are struggling to start this thing off. He also had a walk-off. Okay, Bryce Terang, bunt walk-off, seals the Brewers win. To lose on a bunt. Harrison Bader for the Twins. You know what? Okay, I'll watch the Twins a little bit more if Harrison Bader's on their team. Harrison Bader used to play for the Cardinals, and then, like the schmucks we are, we traded him away because he was injured. We traded an injured Harrison Bader to the Yankees, and it's like, put him on IL, put him on injured reserve. Nope, we didn't do that. Anyways, so Twins win 6-1. Harrison Bader homered, a 3-run homer in their victory. Nationals lose to the Blue Jays 4-2. Cubs rattled the Athletics 10-2. Giants get a solid win 6-3. Again, Astros coming out of the gates slow, which now I'll note that down, because Astros, I'm going to spoil this a little bit for my power rankings video to save you guys a little bit of time. But the Astros are the 12th best team, personally, in my opinion. If the Astros are struggling right here and lost 2 in a row now, no. They went 2-1 against the Mets. If they've dropped 3 in a row, drop them at least out of the top 15. Padres, they keep on winning. They're 7-0. They beat Cleveland 5-2. The Mariners beat the Tigers 3-2. Mets beat the Marlins 6-5. From the original Walkie Slush. Could you beat LeBron in a game of ping pong? Depends. Depends. Are we playing doubles or singles? Who's my teammate? Who's his teammate? But I'll say yeah. I'm confident in my ping pong game. King ain't got nothing on me. Okay, alright. Red Sox and Orioles. Red Sox get the win 3-0. Diamondbacks beat the Yankees. Yeah, Yankees have lost 2 in a row. Diamondbacks improved their record to 4-2. Winning the Yankees at home. I think these are home games for for the Diamondbacks too. I don't think they've gone to Oh no, it's in New York. New York's the bottom team. My bad. But yeah, Zach Gallen shuts down the Yankees with 13 strikeouts, which is exactly why I put 2 pitchers in the thumbnail for this one. That's why I put Gallen. That's why I put Wheelers, because those 2 were the pitchers who had the most impressive days. I might, just depending on how close I follow the baseball season this year, I may or may not be doing a following, like maybe post something every 10 days, every 15 days, every other week or something, where it's like, hey, these are the top 5 pitchers in the league right now. This is who I got. And like right now, candidacy would be, hey, look, Zach Gallen, you know, he has 13 strikeouts against the Yankees. Look at this. Let's put him on a list a little bit. Let's watch him. Let's see how he does with the D-backs. And I find it funny, too, because with all the controversy surrounding the Yankees and how they're complaining about the bats and, oh, the bat's too thick and, oh, the torpedo bat, it ruins the game. I literally talked about it on how, A, it's a little bit of an overreaction, but B, there's going to come a day, there's going to come a series, a couple of games where, okay, you have a thicker bat. What if the pitcher's painting the corners and you can't make contact? Case in point, Zach Gallen, 13 strikeouts against the Yankees. So I think it's kind of silly that people were jumping to, oh, the bats, and it's like, well, what happens when you got a good pitcher coming in there and putting you down 13 times? Like, because I think the other thing too is when the Yankees scored the 9 home runs and outscored the Brewers, I only know the score like 46-14 or something. Like they outscored in that 3-game series, which is why the point differential for the Brewers is so absolutely terrible right now, which is why I have them as rank 30 on my power rankings. They just, they've gotten cold and they haven't been able to hit. So, yeah, just like how I predicted, we overreacted. It was just 3 games. Who's to say that the Brewers, out of all 30 clubs, have the worst bullpen? So, and then the last biggest thing for the MLB today, which the MLB, I can already see Instagram going crazy about it, and the Glaze, but rightfully so, is Shohei Ohtani had a walk-off today against the Braves, and the Braves are still 7 games into this 2025 season looking for a W. Shohei Ohtani walked it off in the bottom of the 9th inning. So, what was fun too is I had the Pistons and Thunder game on my TV, and then I had the Dodgers Brave games on my monitor. Which, stupidly enough, the Avalanche versus Blackhawks game, blackout. I don't understand how the hell it was a blackout game. Which I hope that TNT, HBO, NHL, whoever needs to fix it can fix it, because if the Avalanche end up going on a run in the Stanley Cup playoffs, like, are they gonna? Because if it's a home game, well, actually, in fact, let me double check here. I think the game was in Chicago, because when the Penguins played Vegas and it was in Pittsburgh, it was a blackout game too. So let's check scores here. Yeah, it was in Chicago. Avalanche versus Chicago Black. Wow, okay. They blew the lead and they weren't able to. Okay, we'll get to that. So Avalanche win 3-2. But the game's in Chicago. How is it a blackout? I don't know. But so, yeah, I wanted to watch that game. It was blacked out, so I ended up watching the Dodgers versus Brave game. I watched the very end, so I watched when Muncy had a crucial RBI to get to second to tie the thing up at 5 apiece. Because, hey, looked like the Braves were going to get a win here. We're going to finally get our first. But then we go to the bottom. Shohei, first pitch. There was a pitch. Someone did go up before him. They struck out. But then when Shohei came up to the plate, first pitch down and away. Boom. Made contact. And it was a blooper. Like, it barely hit the netting and stuff. Like, if it was 5 more feet towards, the infield, it would have been caught because it barely got over the wall. But I'm really impressed. Do I think the Shohei Ohtani hype is well worth it? I mean, yeah, like, he's a two-way player. I think it's really impressive what he's doing. I mean, he's expanding the game. And I think, if you're expanding the game, that's good. It's good for the league. It's good for everywhere else because, you want the game of soccer to expand. You want football. You want basketball to expand. Bringing in, overseas fans, which is cool. And truthfully, like, I haven't seen Shohei hit a walk-off. So that was actually pretty cool to see. I haven't, I can't tell you how many, like, from actually watching. I saw a lot of walk-offs back in 2021 because I was really into baseball back in the 2021 season. After All-Star break, like in July and August, like there was a discount for MLB TV. I bought it at a discount price, and I was like, shit, if I paid $50, if I just watched 50 games, that's about a buck a game or something. So I was like, I'm going to make every penny worth it. And so I watched a lot of Cardinal games. That's when the Cardinals lost to the Dodgers. And I think it was Taylor who had a walk-off. He had a walk-off, and he sent the Cardinals pack in because they met in the divisional or the wild card series. I can't remember. And then in 2022, Cardinals ran into the Phillies. That went nowhere. I think they got swept 2-0. Anyways, regardless, walk-offs are cool. Shohei Ohtani had one. Dodgers have now won 8 in a row. They are 2 away from setting their personal franchise record. The best they've ever started is 10-0, which actually, oh dear, MLB starting record. No, not Cy Young. I want a MLB record for best team start to season. Hottest teams to start in baseball history 3 days ago. The Mariners tied the MLB record with 116 wins next to the 1906 Cubs. No, what is the best start to a season in MLB history? Holy shit. Okay, they're already... No. CBS just posted this. CBS just posted this article a day ago. Dodgers improved to 7-0 versus Braves, matching best start to a season by a World Series champion in MLB history and on. Are the Dodgers on 117 watch? Not so fast. Padres extend historic. The best start in baseball history. The 33 Yankees went 7-0. The 85 Tigers went 6-0. The 34 Giants went 5-0. And several teams have started 4-0. The 2025 Dodgers have started 7-0 and counting because now it's 8-0. And who knows who's going to beat them? The Phillies. They got the Phillies next. I thought in yesterday's stream on the 31st, I thought the Braves could sneak out of here with at least one win. But we got the Phillies on the 4th. There's no way in Philadelphia, 3 games in Philadelphia, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. There's no way that... I'm sorry. They're not getting it. There's no way that the Dodgers can get 10-0. Like, they have to lose one. I know that's silly to say, but they have to win. I can see them winning at least one in Philadelphia, but to win all 3 in Philly, when right now Philly's 4-1, both teams are starting out real hot. I'm going to take Philly to win this series 2-1. But I don't know. Like, some things where it's like some records are meant to be broken, some records are meant to stay forever. Like this record, Dodgers record. Like the 58 Los Angeles Dodgers started 10-0. It's like it just happened. It hasn't happened since 58. Like, some records are meant to last forever because You just can't catch him. So we'll see though. All right, so there's that. Anything else in the baseball world? Not that I'm seeing. Any news today? Okay, nope, no other big articles. Let's talk. You know what? Actually, let's talk quickly about the NFL because I did see this one as I was listening to the Pat McAfee show. Hendrickson, he's been a solid piece for the Bengals defense. He's honestly been a key piece, and I would not be surprised if he gets that captain patch after Hubbard. It was Hubbard who retired. Who retired for the Bengals? I don't know if it was Hubbard or Wilson. Sam Hubbard. It was Sam Hubbard. So I wouldn't be surprised if Hendrickson got the captaincy after Sam Hubbard retired, which deservingly so. I think he does deserve it. And he went on to the Pat McAfee show. They talked a little bit about contract stuff, and I think truthfully, a lot of these conversations, they're on purpose. They're teed up. Is Pat McAfee throwing the biggest soft underhand pitches? Yes. He's not. I wouldn't say he's asking easy questions. I think it's just, the boys just chatting it up, busting each other's balls and stuff. I don't think they're asking hard pressing questions, but if they do, they say in a joking manner. And I think what that interview was all about was the Hendrickson camp trying to get the Bengals' attention on, hey, we need some money on the defensive side if you want to keep me. And I mean, he was happy for Jamar. He was happy for T. Higgins getting paid and stuff. But then at the same time, because he was talking about the owner and how she, wasn't making connections with the franchise to his agents and all this yada, yada, yada. He has every right to say that, and I think he has a point because, when you got some key defensive guys getting injured, you have, Hubbard retiring. The reason why the Bengals missed the playoffs and potentially a shot at altering Josh Allen's MVP season, the Chiefs even getting to the Super Bowl, the Eagles winning the Super Bowl, is because the Bengals defense sold a lot of games. And we've seen the memes where, Joe Burrow threw for 12 touchdowns. But the defense gave up 13. Case in point, the biggest one we can think of is that Thursday night football game against the Ravens. And Joe Burrow was putting up MVP-like numbers. Jamar Chase was a Triple Crown winner for receiving yards, receiving touchdowns, and receptions. And so I think, if Saquon Barkley didn't have his phenomenal year, Jamar Chase is the Offensive Player of the Year. Personally, he was my number 2 pick for Offensive Player of the Year this year. And we already know the offense for the Bengals, it's going to work. It's going to find its way. It might take 2-3 games to get rolling, but once they get rolling, they get rolling. And stats speak for themselves. But the glaring issue for the Bengals all season, and we know this, and they better find out ways to fix it after this Hendrickson interview, is they better fix it or he's leaving. That's what it sounds like to me. Does he want to stay in Cincinnati? Obviously, he said he did. But I'm thinking, how much better? Let's look at Buffalo. They just brought in Bosa. How much better does Buffalo get bringing in Hendrickson? What about Baltimore? What about the Chiefs? What about, Washington? Philly. Shit, Philly got rid of so many defensive guys. What if you bring on a guy like Hendrickson? I think he is one of those guys in the market. He has one more year on the deal, but I would not be surprised if I think he would stay. Truthfully, I think he would. I don't think he'd allow a franchise tag, but I think he'd be a good enough teammate to have a franchise tag placed on him. But with what I was hearing, kind of was that, hey, if I go somewhere else, I think it was an open invitation on, hey, Bengals, we don't have our shit together, so hey, Dallas, hey, Tampa, hey, Green Bay, hey, Buffalo, if you want to pay me, let's talk. Because, are there guys tampering, during, even though there's players with maybe 1 or 2 years left on their contracts? Absolutely. Have we ever watched sports? Like, there's tampering everywhere. Plus, yeah, he's going to be a free agent. He's got 1 more year. So I think the Bengals will improve the second they start fixing that defense. But it's going to be a while, and it's going to take a while because they decided to pay T. Higgins and Jamar Chase at the same time. They kept kicking the can down the road. I personally would have let Higgins walk because we've already franchise tagged him, which means we weren't really going to pay you. We'll see how things go, because that's like the corporate business side of it. And you got to go get guys in the draft. You really do. You could have brought Myles Garrett on. You could have, there's just, it's a lot. But again, I think the Bengals are kind of like the modern day Packers, where we'll see how things go. And I'm nervous that if it gets to a situation where we're watching the Chiefs build around Pat, we're watching the Ravens try to build around Lamar, the Bills build around Josh, I would not be surprised if the Bengals kind of take that approach like how it was for Aaron in Green Bay, where it's like, hey, we didn't draft you any weapons until like the 3rd round. And it's like, really? But again, that's an over-exaggeration. I think, though, at the end of the day, Hendrickson needed to speak his piece. I think he's worth the money. For hell's sakes, he led the league in sacks. It's a stats speak for themselves. Where's my money? Where's my money, bride? So, all right. So that's the NFL. Let me take a quick swig here, and then we'll talk about the NHL. No, I need another swig. Lemonade. I know it looks like a piss jug. It's terrible. All right, let's go to the NHL. All right, the first thing to say, obviously, is Ovi's now 3 goals away. He nets number 892, so he's 3 away from breaking the record. We know who the Capitals have coming up. We've looked at it a couple times. They got the Penguins, they got Carolina, they have Blue Jackets twice, New York, they got Chicago, and so I'm really 1, 2, 3. Yeah, Thursday, April 10th versus Carolina once again. ESPN Plus, Disney Plus, and Hulu. Like, it's kind of like a but hopefully, because the Chicago game is going to be blocked because it's on NHL Network. But all these other games, they're on ESPN. So it's like, hopefully, because from here on out, I'll be watching it like a hawk, because they play Friday and then they play Sunday. It's like, if he has 2 goals, even if he scores 2 goals in the Chicago game and we're expecting a hat trick, like, yes, we will have a watch along party and we'll react to when he breaks the record. Because I think it's, we've been expecting this and we've been waiting for it since 2023. The 2022 to 2023 season. That was the season when he was dealing with some lingering injuries. He had some family stuff going on off the ice. And, he slowed down, and the production of Washington slowed down, which is why they missed the playoffs that year. Just because it was just a brutal... Like we got to this point and this moment in the season where it was a 3-way race between the Islanders, Penguins, and Capitals. And the ones who got it was actually Florida. So... it was kind of one of those things where I made a video where I was like, Florida? No, they ain't getting there. And they got there. And then they beat the Bruins. And I've been, fun thing too, is I've been looking at, I was looking at the Bruins record setting 2023 season, how many wins they had. And I was like, can anybody catch? No, nobody can catch the Bruins. Winnipeg's already lost too many games. The Capitals have already lost too many games, which I think Winnipeg right now sits as the President Cup trophy winners. which I'm okay with that because it's like good, have the curse go on them. Because I would love to see the Caps win a cup more than the Jets. I mean, it seems inevitable, but I'd like to see the Capitals. I'd like to see Vegas. I'd like to see the Avalanche. I'd like to see Florida, Edmonton. Love to see the Penguins. That ain't gonna happen though. We are sandwiched. Well, no, Boston's sandwiched between two teams that are already eliminated. But Boston's going to be the first. Boston, Buffalo, and Philadelphia, I think, are going to get eliminated this week. Pittsburgh, they're knocking on the door to potentially get eliminated here. I think if, actually, truthfully, if Pittsburgh loses to St. Louis tomorrow, I think we're done. I think the season is officially over. The importance of the double hat trick game between Sidney Crosby and Alex Ovechkin. It was a good one. Personally, did I watch it or do I know anything of it? No, just only the legend of it. Only the legend of it. But, so yeah, Washington, yeah, Friday and Sunday, Ovi might be able to break the record. Other scores that happened today from the games that I watched. I didn't get to watch the Avalanche versus Blackhawks game, but the Avalanche came back from a 2-0 hole, scored 2 goals in the third period to even it up, and then they went to shootout where they eventually won it. It looks like because he got the 1 star, it looks like Lankinen was the one who scored the final goal. Yes. And then, actually, no. It says 0 goals, 0 assists, but +2. +2 points? Because I don't know. And then Kraken beat the Canucks 5-0. The Wild lost to the Rangers in overtime, 5-4. Again, watch out. Here come the Rangers, because the Rangers, I think, are tied. Let's go to the standings. Rangers are tied for the wild card, sneaking out that 8th spot with Montreal. Yep, both of them have 79 points. So whichever one loses first, you're done. Oh my gosh. It's just green pastures for the Rangers in front of them. Boston, Philadelphia, Nashville. There's 3 easy wins. Detroit, that's going to be a tough one. Ottawa, tough one. Toronto, tough one. Chicago should be easy. And Carolina, I don't know. That's a toss-up. Because some games Carolina will lose, and then you turn around and look at what Carolina did to the Capitals tonight, beating them 5-1. It's like, okay, maybe Carolina might be the real deal. What's Montreal? Hold on, I want to look at Montreal's. Let me go. Oh, this is Montreal's schedule. Hold on. Wait, is this Montreal's? Oh, Montreal has Boston, Philadelphia, Nashville, Detroit, Ottawa, Toronto, Chicago, North Carolina. Who does New York have? The Rangers. Okay, let's go to the schedule. At New Jersey versus Tampa, Philadelphia. So Philly, that could be 2 points. At New York, it's a rivalry game. Damn it, it's probably going to be the Habs because the Rangers have to play. I mean, the Rangers lost to the Ducks 5-4 in overtime. Shesterkin was on net. They play the Devils, the Lightning, the Panthers, the Hurricanes, and the Lightning again. If the Rangers are going to get into the playoffs, they have to scrap and claw their way into this. Crazy, freaking crazy. And then for what? They run into the Capitals in the first round. So it's kind of like, do you want to go to Cancun in April or May? Sorry, I think I'm funny. Scores. Let's see what else happened tonight. Oh, and then why they're in the thumbnail. The boys celebrating in blue. Leafs beat the Panthers 3-2. I watched this game because this game is a big key indicator on who's going to run the Atlantic. And so far, I think the Leafs might secure this thing in the bag. They do play each other again in a couple games. But, I mean, if you just look at it, let's see who the Leafs got coming up. They got Columbus, and then they got Florida again. Tampa, Montreal, Carolina, Buffalo, and Detroit. Carolina and Tampa and Florida, those 3 games, I could see that being a problem for them. So just 3 games. But, yeah, right now as we sit, Panther, well, the reason why also, too, why I'm even ignoring Tampa and just having Florida just propel their way up over the Lightning is just because if you take a win away, just like how Toronto did with the Panthers today, and they also clinched a playoff spot tonight, is Toronto, even though they're 4 points ahead, it stops them, and then they draw, like it's like I don't know how to explain it. Like it's just the way the seeding like matches out after a win and stuff. Anyways, sorry I'm yapping, but it looks like Toronto might win the Atlantic. They'd run into the Senators, which I think the Senators could probably take them to 6. Depending on how they get into the playoffs, maybe 7. But I mean, Senators are on a 2-game lose streak, 5-4-1 in their last 10. They play on the road. They're 18-18 on the road. So, yeah, we'll see. The other thing too about the Panthers is they're resting a couple players. Like Tkachuk's still out, and yeah, so they've lost 3 in a row. Toronto, and they've lost to Montreal twice. Shit, man, this team is bad. No, I'm teasing. Yeah, Mitch Marner, he was the reason why the Leafs won tonight. Any other scores from tonight for the NHL? 5-1, 5-4, 3-2, 3-2, and 5-0. Okay, so that's the NHL. Those are the standings. And then the Blues League. Yeah, the Blues and Dallas are so far, I would say, the 2 hottest teams right now. Blues have won 10 in a row. Dallas has won 6 in a row. The absolute ice cold water coldest teams in the league. Boston's lost 9. The Islanders have lost 6. Predators have lost 4. Same with the Blackhawks. Vegas has lost 1. I love looking at the point spreads too. Goal against, goal for. Like the Jets have outscored everybody by 80 points. Like it's so cool to see how the stats line up like this. Like it's like, hey, wouldn't you know that if you're outscored by everybody through the 74 games you've played, 89 goals, your record's going to be 20-44, and you're going to be sitting where San Jose is sitting. Like, it's fun to look at the stats like that. So, alrighty. College basketball. Let's see if there's any big news going on. Williams confident in Maryland's commitment. Beard tells Ole Miss he's staying. Sources say Oklahoma freshman fears entering NBA draft. ASU's Quintans has knee surgery. Highs the portal. Cooper Flag. Broom headline. Wooden Award. Final 5. Yep. I think Cooper Flagg's going to win the MVP. Which, yeah, that weird college basketball crown. How the hell's that going? I haven't been following that at all because it's not college basketball crown. Let's see how that's going. Bracket. Oh, we're still going. Thursday, Wednesday. Today was Wednesday, though. Yeah, who won? Out of Boise State and... Wait. So Nebraska won and Boise State won. So Nebraska and Boise State move on to the semifinals. Cincinnati, UCF, Villanova. Oh, Villanova. Oh, easy. Okay, give me Villanova versus Boise State, and Boise State wins the whole thing because they deserved to go to the March Madness bracket, but they didn't. Easy. Which, how weird. Like, you've been sitting for 2-3 weeks, and then you play some random ass basketball games in Vegas. It's weird. Again, I think we're going to get to the end of the 2020s, and I think March Madness bracket is going to extend to about 90. If all top 4 seeds sit and have 2 teams play, like the 16, 15, 14, and 13 all have 2 teams playing for each other, I think it totals out to 96 teams, 96, 98. Because they say it's 64 now, but you have 2 16 teams playing each other. 2 meaning like two games for 2 16 seed slots, and then 2 11 seed. So 8 plus 65. Okay. Sorry, math is hard, obviously. Okay. So we covered baseball, covered the NBA, covered the NFL, covered the NHL, covered college hoops. We covered UFL. There's nothing to cover for the UFL. Same with NASCAR, X Games, Olympics, horse racing, cricket, F1, soccer. Guys, it looks like we're done. So we'll call the stream right there. Hope you guys are enjoying. Yeah, we're gonna end it there. We'll probably make a video on reaction to some just pop culture news like the Switch. We'll probably have to do that video soon. Damn, it's already 10:44. But yeah, expect that video for the St. Louis Blues to come out tomorrow, mañana. Same with the prediction. No, not prediction, but the power rankings for the MLB. That's going to come out tomorrow. I don't know if, because I already went ahead and I did a power rankings for basketball. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I broke it up into 5 categories. And the categories go as such. So the first category, what's going on here? Dismiss. And see ya. Bye-bye. Shorts end was giving me fit, so I just cut it. All right, 5 tiers. Let's go Shadow Realm. Banned to the Shadow Realm. These are the teams that were booty cheeks, that didn't even pick up momentum or get off the ground running. Teams 25 through 30. Nets, Sixers, Pelicans, Hornets, Wizards, and Jazz. These are all the teams that have already been eliminated. Teams on the brink. At 21, the Suns, Blazers, Spurs, and Raptors. Play-in teams. Clippers at 13 to 20. Here we go. Clippers, T-Wolves, Bulls, Hawks, Magic, Kings, Heat, and Mavericks. Teams 4 through 11. In this particular order, yes. Nuggets, Knicks, Rockets, Lakers, Warriors, Pistons, Pacers, Bucks, and Grizzlies. And then my top 3 teams. Number 3, Cleveland Cavaliers. Number 2, Boston Celtics. And number 1, your mom. No, Oklahoma City Thunder. I think Well, just depending how it's considering that it's Wednesday, making the making the graphics will probably take a day. Um, and have a let's have power rankings posted on a Friday. I don't know. There's parts of me where it's like, okay, you post it, but then you have to turn back around and get it posted again on Tuesday, or I don't know. So we might not even post it. I did mention that, where it's like we might not even do an NHL or an NBA power rankings, just because of how we're at the end of the season. Like, we know the fate of the Suns. Like, we already know they're probably not making it, and we already know that the most dangerous play-in team out of both sides, East and West. Let me pull back up here. I think it's the T-Wolves. If we're looking at both, come on, standings. Yeah, because Magic, Hawks, Heat, and Bulls, they ain't going nowhere. They ain't going nowhere because, so the 7 and 8 are going to play each other. I'll take the Magic. And then the 9 and the 10 are going to play each other. Okay, I'll take the Heat. So Bulls are done. And then the Hawks and the Heat play. I'll take the Hawks. So, but then the Hawks are going to play the Cavs and get dog walked in. I'll give the Hawks game 3. And then the Magic will play Boston and they'll get swept. It's that simple. So, yeah, no one is showing really any, ooh, here we go. But then the teams in the West, because of just how freaking stacked. Oh, I said the T-Wolves, look at this. After tonight, the T-Wolves are at that 6th spot. Okay, Mavericks and the Kings play each other. Give me the Kings. And then the Clippers versus the Grizzlies. Give me the Clippers. So then it will be the Grizzlies versus the Kings. Give me the Grizzlies. So, okay. Grizzlies at the 8th. Yeah. Let's just keep the Clippers at 7. Grizzlies at 8. Okay. Grizzlies go play the Thunder. I could see them getting to 6. Clippers go play the Rockets. I could see the Rockets losing and blowing that whole series. If we have a healthy Kawhi Leonard, if we have a healthy James Harden, yeah, Clippers are winning that. I'm taking that 7 seed all day. 2-7 all day. I'm taking the Clippers. So, even though, let's check their regular season. Rockets versus Clippers. More about this game series. They play on the 9th, 2024. How many times have they played each other? They have, attention everybody, they have played each other 5 times. The series has gone Rockets, Clippers. I'm excluding the NBA Cup one. But they played in whoops. Hold on. April 14th was probably last game of it's April 14th, 2024. November, they've only played each other 3 times this season. November, then the group stage in the NBA Cup game, and then they played each other in December. So the Rockets have beat them both times. 111 to 103, and then 117 to 106. That series is still way too close to call. I would take, give me a Harden and Kawhi over Dylan Brooks and who else is on this roster. Jalen Green. Oh, but Fred VanVleet though. I was giving the Rockets some sneaky. I think Fred VanVleet is really good though. When he got traded over back in 2023, I was like, hey, look at this. You surround him with Jalen Green, Fred VanVleet, Amen Thompson. I'd still take the Clippers. I'd still take the Clippers. Like, you have to. My gut would say, yes, take the Clippers. But if Kawhi's done, no. We know who's winning that one. All right. We're going to end the stream there, people. I thank you guys for hanging out with me. Yeah, I got nothing much else to say. Thanks for being here. So yeah, expect those videos to come out. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed what you watch, hit that like button, and I'll see you guys in another stream. Peace.